All right, guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So look who it is. TEQ Super Saiyan 3 Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. We'll put a little stickerooski on that boy. Yeah, I never put a sticker on this guy. Because I always put stickers on characters that we're going to be like showcasing and stuff like that. And TEQ Super Saiyan 3 GOTENKS, I mean, by the time stickers became a thing, this guy was not mega relevant. One thing I do like with the Super EZA kind of like format or whatever, I do like that outline. It does look, I think it looks pretty good. And we're just going to get that outline in whatever typing the character is. Now, we'll start with Topo's team. I just want to take a look at it. Keep in mind that the Gammas are not supporting GOTENKS. GOTENKS wants to hit the 11 key super, so I think what we'll probably do, I mean, I'm not sure when we go fight like Gogeta Blue and like some of the specific showcases, but we'll definitely try and get GOTENKS. We'll see what he looks like with like Ginyu support and stuff like that. And then we'll probably do a run with GOTENKS potentially off of Topo's team. We'll see. Oh, actually, one thing I didn't double check is that GOTENKS, if he has a 200%, I'm definitely going to make this a 200% video. In terms of the build, it's going to be a little bit different, I think, than a build I typically do. So GOTENKS, right, has almost very little value from additionals. A matter of fact, it would probably be better if I just directly flipped over and showed this. So here's what GOTENKS is getting from his super attack effects. On his 9-key super attack, he gets 30% attack. 11 key is 100% attacks. That's a big deal. But then the 12 key, he's not getting, like, he doesn't get defense at all for many of these. So I don't really see the overwhelming need to, like, go for additionals. And, I mean, I do have a lot of, like, these crit equips anyway. So I felt like now was a good time, you know, focus primarily on dodge, but then we could do backup actually as crit. And, I mean, 16 crit right there, that's not nothing. He's going to have a 32% chance to crit. So, I mean, I'll take that, right? And then if we're able to get 11 key in a run, which, I mean, on Topo's team, it's probably going to be very difficult, but, I mean, we'll see how it's going to go. GOTENKS gets a 50% chance to crit when key is 11. He is on the 200% for Topo's team. So I think we'll start on Topo's team. If, you know, we can't get 11 keys at all, I think maybe we'll then jump over to potentially Dragon Fist team. Keep in mind that the LR Ginyu Force, their support is just stats, right? So they're not directly interfering with GOTENKS because they're just basically giving stats, which is good. So perhaps they did think of this GOTENKS when they were designing the Ginyu Force. Maybe. I'm not too sure. Let's hop in. I think we'll just go into the Evolution Blue Vegeta fight that we typically do. Don't worry, we're going to get a lot of turns of GOTENKS at 11 key and stuff. No worries. Alright, guys, so here we are, turn 1. Oh, look at that. Alright. I mean, we could go for it. We could. We have type advantage in this opening phase. That's certainly something we could do. Interesting. So, with the Topo, so I just want to double check. So, Topo, right, our boy Topo, Dokkan Fest Topo, his support is for Special Pose and Defender of Justice, 1 key, 30% attack and defense. So he's given a little bit of key support to GOTENKS. And then the Topo and Pride Trooper, their support is 3 key and 50% attack and defense to Universe 11 or Special Pose. So we're getting 4 key support right here. I mean, I'm going to just take advantage of it. Let's see how GOTENKS does. Just kind of like tossing his ass in slot 1 like this. Let's see how we do. GOTENKS is link set. Unfortunately, GOTENKS is yet another character here who only has 6 links. Both of our initial, you know, Super EZA characters are just 6 link characters. So he has Super Saiyan, Fuse Fighter, Over in a Flash, Limit Breaking Form, The Innocence, and Fierce Battle. Now, this is one reason I have always despised, like, these GOTENKS characters. I mean, or at least I've grown to hate it. Because, I mean, Super Saiyan is just attack. Fuse Fighter, Over in a Flash are both key links. Like, the characters you would want to run this GOTENKS with, or teams you'd run GOTENKS on, like, he's going to be getting key from those. a lot of times with EZAs, they keep the spirit of the character the same, and they remain true to that even with this super EZA right here, where, you know, this Gotenks is still going to get massive stats from getting that 11 key super attack. Here, let's just get this first rotation, and then I'll blabber away about his passive and stuff like that after we go ahead and take a look at this. Alright, so we are at double digits right there. Oh, damn, is this a seal? But we dodged it. Okay, cool. Cool. That's a hidden potential system dodge, by the way. 15 million we get. Alright, so the dodge build working within 2 seconds of the showcase. Never seen that before. We got the crit, too. I'll take that. Now, remember, Gotenks, we had him at 11 key, so he had a 50% chance to crit from his passive. And then, remember, I gave him with the secondary crit build. He has if the 50% chance fails, we have a 32% chance to crit. So, okay, dodged a super, 15 million crit. I mean, I'll certainly take that right there. Now, by the way, that turn right there was with no Captain Ginyu. Captain Ginyu was in slot 7. So now Captain Ginyu is here, right? So Captain Ginyu is going to give us big-time stuff. We could further... The thing about the Special Pose team, like, I know... I mean, well, people on this channel, I mean, y'all come here to come to the comment sections to whine no matter what. So I know people were... The second they saw him running Topo's team, they're crying. Oh my god. But, like, dude, all the support on this team it's crazy, right? Like, once we get to LR Gamma 1, that's 2-turn defensive support. We know what Ginyu's doing, right? Ginyu, I hit this button right here, bam, and Ginyu is giving 50% support instantly to Gotenks. We probably will finish off Vegeta right here, and then we're going to be going up against Evolution Blue Vegeta. And then when we get over next turn, we'll go over kind of what Gotenks is doing. There is one aspect of his kit where additionals could help, but I mean, here's the problem with that. Gotenks has to do additional supers, right? You know, it's like, are we gonna go like a full additional build, and then it's like, you know, additional normal? I don't know if I have the heart for that with the super Gotenks, super easy Gotenks. So I figured I'll just use some of these crit equips for him and go with the secondary crit buff. All right, 18 million by the Gammas. Gammas are going to go ahead and sit down this phase of Evolution Blue Vegeta. I think I probably will still run Gotenks on, like, the Dragon... We'll at least do a run on the Dragon Fist team no matter what. Now, if I put TEQ Gotenks next to Int Gotenks, we are going to miss out on being able to get the 11 key, right? Because, like, that's... I just can't stand it. Like, oh, well... Huh. Could we... So we only need 2 key here. It's because Gotenks, in Super Saiyan form, doesn't have Over in a Flash yet. That's why, yeah. So the 2 links we don't have up are Over in a Flash and Limit Break in form. What if I hit this? We need 2 key to get him to 11. Well, I mean, you know, we're 2 for 2. Sure. Don't mind me, guys. Yeah, nice and easy. So Gotenks, by the way, is going to look 1,000 times better on this second turn right here for 2 reasons. Number 1 is Ginyu. 50% support is just now up from Ginyu, from his intro buff as well as his 2-turn support buff. By the way, if you try and obsessively go for the 15 key super, which 50% of the time only gives him attack, which is worthless and pointless anyway, we wouldn't be able to get the 2-turn support. Just tossing that out there. Let's just go over some of the things that Gotenks is doing, right? So remember, he does have this whole mechanic right here where he gets super at 9 key. His 9 and 10 key super gives him 30% attack and immense damage. The 11 key super gives him 100% attack and immense damage. And then the 12 key super gives him supreme damage and then greatly lowers defense. Yeah, I mean, just getting supreme is certainly not the greatest, for sure, right? We already went over his link set. Let's go over his passive in detail here. So, Gotenks, he gets 150% attack and defense at the start of turn. Then he gets 200% attack and 100% defense on Super. For his first 3 turns, he gives Super Class Allies 33% defense and Extreme Class Allies 33% attack. So, like, we're giving extra defensive support right here, which is good, certainly. Then he gets another 100% attack and defense when his key is 11 or less, which of course we've had both turns. Oh no! Wait, No, he doesn't need to do supers. The Dokkan Wiki is wrong. It's just attacks, right? It actually is just attacks. Oh, god damn it. So we could hit him a 10 system additional normal would give us the benefit. 50% attack and defense with each attack gives us up to 150% stats. So after 3 attacks, he'll be fully built up. I don't know, because Garesh's translation says per super attack performed. I mean, Goresh usually doesn't make those types of mistakes. Okay. Then, if his key is 11, if it's specifically at 11, after all allies have gotten orbs, right? So, the way I read this part of the passive, right? So, he gets a 50% chance to crit, 50% damage reduction for the turn. If key meter is 11, once all allies attacking in the turn have collected key spheres. So that means, like, if we ended up having a turn where Beast Gohan is around, Beast Gohan gets hit, his key support activates, it wouldn't ruin Gotenks's, is kind of the way I saw that. And then finally, Gotenks gets a high chance to dodge, and then he gets 33% dodge when performing a super attack when his key meter is 12. Maybe earlier on that was his passive dodge. I mean, I like what Gotenks is doing as a super EZA character. I mean, we've gotten good luck so far. I mean, let's not, pretend like we haven't gotten good luck. We have. I would really prefer if Vegeta supers right here, we dodge this. I think Gotenks would live, but... Nice. Okay, good. TEQ Gotenks, he's got dodge built in, right? I mean, we have the ability to get damage reduction if he's able to get to 11 key, which we've been able to do both times. This is the highest I've seen Super Saiyan Gotenks do, I think. That's a lot. Wow, okay. Gotenks looking good right here, sure. I've had mixed results with Super Saiyan Gotenks and base Gotenks, but that was a good turn by him for sure. All right, TEQ Gotenks, what are we getting right here? 22, okay, sure. Well, basically that's 23, basically. Okay, no crit, funny enough. Okay. And he does have 50% damage reduction. And he's taking double digits right there. With the dodge, too. I mean, we could do another run for sure. I mean, maybe I just have gotten lucky getting him 11 key. I certainly think it's possible. But we haven't really had issues so far. Oh, well, this fight is probably done, actually, huh? The Topo and Pride Trooper will be a little bit scary on this turn. Yeah, this fight is actually done. Okay. I mean, the first run was pretty good. I mean, I didn't see anything from Gotenks that looked too bad. Certainly, again, I would acknowledge maybe we just got good luck with his 11 key supers. I was thinking that we might have trouble getting the 11 key on Topo's team as well. Maybe we're just running a good build. I mean, we even had him next to Int Gotenks, and we didn't have issues. Now, if Int Gotenks was Super Saiyan 3, then at that point, Over in a Flash should be up plus Fuse Fighter, and it's actually impossible to get the 11 key. We definitely need to see Gotenks get the 12 key to see like what his damage and stuff looks like at some point in the video anyway. One other thing I should mention, too, about Gotenks' dodge. So, again, the 50% dodge should just be start of turn, I think. But the second part of it is just a separate proc. So, like, if we jump over, it's always easiest to look at on the Thieving 6 wiki, right? Just the way the information is displayed. So, again, I believe his 50% dodge is just base, right? And, like, Goresh translated as such, too, right? Just high chance to dodge. But then this right here, I believe this is just like Int Gotenks, where it's not like a stacking. Like, when he's at 12 key, he doesn't have an 83% chance to dodge. He has a 50% chance to dodge, and then a secondary 33% chance to dodge. But here's the thing. I mean, if you subscribe to my school of thinking, and you give him a dodge build, I mean, even at 12 key, he'd have a 50% chance to dodge, a 33% chance to dodge, and then what do I have, 24 dodge in him? Then a 24% chance to dodge. It's pretty good pretty good, honestly. I mean, let's see what his damage looks like when we do get the 12 key super, which we haven't gotten yet. But, I mean, Gotenks to me, I mean, he seems pretty good. I don't, like, this is a character that came out, I'll flip back over, August 1st of 2016. This is original release date. Seems good to me. All right, guys, turn 1. Let's see what we're looking like here. I just went into this event so we could, you know, be able to safely fully build Gotenks up and stuff like that. Okay. I mean, yeah, okay. This isn't really, we will float in Gotenks off, sure. And, oh, nope, it's gonna send me down that path, but we can just hit that, bam, okay. So we're 3 for 3 so far. I have to imagine we're not gonna maintain this level of luck the entire time, but, I mean, I can only, I mean, either, here's the thing about Dokkan at the end of the day, all right, like, I could go on these long-winded rants about how a character is this bad or this good or something like that, and then at the end of the day, when you use them, you could theoretically just have incredible luck the whole way through or horrible luck the whole way through. It is possible. Maybe TEQ Gotenks is just going to be a character I have supremely good luck with. It's possible. We'll see. We'll see. So that was, I mean, he looked good right there. That was a nice turn 1 performance from a 2016 character. Remember, that's no Ginyu support yet, because Ginyu hasn't shown up. And remember, just Ginyu showing up is massive, massive gobs of support. So we'll come back for Gotenks' next turn. All right, here we go. Let's just do this. Huh. All right, well, I mean, I'll just hit this right here. And, I don't know. Maybe the special pose team is constructed pretty good for this. 358 Gotenks is up to. Again, remember, Gotenks' stats are just going to go up, you know, while we're doing these. Again, I'm pretty sure, I do trust in Gresh's translation, so I'm pretty sure it's super attacks specifically that Gotenks does have to do. So after 3 supers, he'll be fully built up. But I mean, he does this damage. He's got a 50% chance to crit, 50% damage reduction, and 50% dodge. He literally has 50% crit, damage reduction, and dodge. I mean, he seems pretty good. It seems good. I don't know. I think it does help a lot that Ginyu does not give key support. And the thing is, Ginyu does not need to give key support either. There's no character on this team that struggles for key, ever. 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 So, because, I mean, all 3 topos are supporting. Gamma 1 and 2, I mean, they don't directly support special pose. Most of the characters on the team they are supporting, but they don't support Gotenks characters, right? I guess if we had a superhero Gotenks. There is the one from the whatchamacallit saga. The copy Vegeta saga. That free-to-play Gotenks that hasn't awakened yet. Alright, well, we'll just come back next turn. I'm not even really, like, aiming to, like, save orbs for Gotenks or anything like that. Well, I guess now I might as well just do this, and then we got that 1 orb sitting there. I don't know. Eventually, though, we are going to make sure to get the 12 key super, because we do need to see what Gotenks looks like when he gets his 12 key, because like in the showcase video, you know, maybe conditions are perfect, we're just seeing the stats, but then we run up into, you know, Supreme Battle Spectacle Gogeta, and every single turn we're getting 12 key after 12 key. Very easily could happen. All right, guys, here we go. So now we have a turn where it looks like we're probably gonna get 12 key. Nah, because that's gonna fall like that. Okay, that's fine. I bet you we actually probably could have gotten, like one of these paths, we could have gotten the 11 key, but we're not going to get it every single time, and we do need to see what the 12 key looks like as well. So Gotenks is going to be fully built up. Remember that we are going to lose, the Ginyu intro buff is going to wear off, but then at the same time, we're then going to have the Ginyu support buff up, which is stronger than their intro buff. So this TEQ Gotenks is going to be a great addition to this team, I think. Even if Gotenks is, you know, going to get his 12 key supers and stuff like that, I think Gotenks is going to be a nice addition. So, okay, damage is down to 12. I mean, we've seen... I'll take it on this character, but, you know, we've seen way explosive numbers way past, like, 12 million. Because remember, when we get the 12 key super, he doesn't have the crit built in either. You know, when we get that 11 key and you see 23 million or something like that, that's also with a 50% chance to crit built in. But with the 12 key, he doesn't have that 50% chance to crit. Actually, here we go. Hold on. I think it is very important for the showcase to actually play this because, remember, Ginyu and the team, they hit that pose, and, oh, things get a lot easier after that. Ew. Alright, guys, so we're on this turn. So, remember, the second we would transform into Int Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, at that point, there's no longer any possibility of the 12 key, or the 11 key. Not gonna happen, because then Gotenks is gonna have Fuse Fighter plus over in a flash. This is probably gonna be the best, we'll see Int Gotenks look. Wait, huh, I gotta... What? Huh? Ooh. He has 800k defense. What? Huh? 7, 9, 8, 2, 5, 8. He has 800k defense. He has 50% damage reduction. He has 50% dodge. You guys know people called this guy not good enough, by the way? They did. They sure did. They sure did. 7, 9, 8, 2, 5, 8. Yeah. Okay. Sure. I'll take it. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, not bad. I'd say he's a good character. So that 800k defense. He has a 50% chance to crit. He has 50% damage reduction. He has 50% dodge. And then he does 32 million attack set. I don't know. Yeah, he sucks. He's terrible. Awful. Terrible character. And then he's dodging. Oh. Yeah, awful. Yeah, Dokkan Twitter, they're good. They're terrible. He's shit. So, for me, personally, this is 2 for 2, where I like what the sub EZA has given us. I think, do I think he's good enough? Yes. Yes. Now, I mean, we could say, sure, that was with Ginyu support, plus Ginyu active buff, plus LR Gamma 1 support. That is true, but both LR Gammas are top 10. I mean, they're closer to, like, top 5. And then Ginyu, the more I use Ginyu, the more Ginyu is making me just come everywhere. Because I feel like he makes all these characters so much stronger. Whew, okay. Here's what I want to do. I want to do... next turn. I want to do one more turn here. Where we get the 12 key with Gotenks. And then after that, we do need to take our asses off the special pose team to see what Gotenks looks like without Ginyu around and stuff. I mean, if a character is on special pose, Ginyu is going to make him look really good. Just understand this. All right, guys. Another rotation right here. So, do we have the ability to? We could. We could get the 11 key super yet again. I'm going to be very curious to see, like, is it going to be this smooth when we're just going through, like, Supreme Battle Spectacle Gogeta and stuff like that? I don't know the answer to that. I do want to get Gotenks' 12 key now. Oh. That looks pretty good. Huh. 8, 8, 4. You know what? I think we will get 11 key. One more. All right, I'm gonna get this 11 key, and then we're gonna get the 12. We're gonna get the 12 key. I'm extending the time by this video. I guess I mean it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Right? Like we're seated for a 50-minute showcase. Okay, so I still need to get him with a 12 key here. 27 million he does right here. Yeah, he does look pretty good. Even if we get the 12 key, his damage falls off significantly, but he does still have a lot of dodge potential. Right here, I mean, so he doesn't dodge, but then he has 50% damage reduction, right? So, yeah, nice. All right, guys, no more shenanigans. This is a 12 key turn right here if I've ever seen one ever. Well, I'm gonna make sure we're getting the 12 key. We need to see it. We need to see it. We got to see like a bunch of these different situations, stuff like that. We're only gonna have fierce battle up right here, but you know it is what it is. All right, let's go. We'll see this stat from Gotenks, and then let's just get like a turn or two, probably on the Dragon Fist team. Again, we just do have to kind of separate ourselves from Ginyu a little bit. Ginyu is so broken. And he just makes these characters just look so crazy. The special pose team is very fun. I will be very excited if, like, you know, we get some sort of LR Gotenks coming up, or another Gamma card, or Dispo. Dude, Dokkan Fest Dispo, I will be, oh, I'll be screaming, yes. 15 right there, okay. Now remember, we don't have damage reduction, we don't have the built-in crit. Like, we lose a lot of that when he does get the 12 key super. But he does get the second 33% dodge chance. So, I mean, against, like, Blue Gogeta at the end, the 50% damage reduction is not going to do anything, right? It's just, like, Gogeta is going to kill us through it anyway. But the extra dodge could be good. So there even could be a chance where, against Gogeta at the end, I would want to intentionally go for 12 key anyway. So, all right, let's go to, like, Dragon Fist team real quick. All right, guys, we're over here on the Dragon Fist team. So we do have a 200% for Gotenks. By the way, I mean, maybe we're just getting continual good luck. I would, if someone comments on this video, you just got lucky throughout this video, I don't think I would argue that. I'm going to need to go through the world tour before we determine if Gotenks, like, it's going to be really tough to get the 11 key or not. I think it's like, as long as it's not like a fusion that has over in a flash, like, we should be in business here. I don't really want to run Dragon Fist in slot 1, but I mean, I guess Dragon Fist or Gotenks, they're both 50% dodge characters. I think I'll run Gotenks in slot 1, because if STR Dragon Fist fails the dodge, we're probably dead. Gotenks wouldn't die to Rose, so we'll do this. Remember, Dragon Fist doesn't want to be run in slot 1. So let's see how we're going to do. So now, you know, no Ginyu to just, you know, make things, Ginyu, I think we're going to see Gotenks looking a little different in this run compared to when Ginyu's around. I mean, still 15 right away. Okay, sure. We have a lot of links active. We have no support up right there. That was just Gotenks. You know, power generated from his links and shit. Okay, let's see. Does this hit? It does, but okay. I mean, well, because we got the 11 keys, so he had the damage reduction. Guys, he looks really good to me. Like, he looks really good. Like, seriously, he looks really good. All right, guys, next turn. So here's where we would, you know, not be able to get the 12 key ever, is if we're going to have, again, 6 out of 6 links activated. I do kind of want to see what he does with the 6 out of 6. Like, if we had him right here, yeah, there's the 11 key. Like, we're getting this with regularity, with ease. I'm not really, like, super, like, all right, like, 3 turns in advance we're setting this up. Like, kind of just getting this. I would actually like to see Gotenks with 12 key right here, though. Like, again, it doesn't seem like we're really struggling to get the 11 key, so let's just see what he looks like. All links activated with 6 out of 6 links up for him. I hate that he does have... Like, that's one thing I don't like about either of our super EZA characters right now, is that they both are 6 out of... Just 6 links. Like an update where... I think, like, Legendary Power should be an 8th link. So LR, so 11 million right there, okay. So LRs, that is a way they can make LRs special. I mean, that would just kind of open the door for LRs to truly just be unopposed as best characters in the game. But, I mean, for basically the last 6 years, that's been the case. Since they've started making summonable LRs, like, a thing, I don't, like, there's been almost no time where a TUR has been better than, like, a lot of the LRs. That is, like, super uncommon and not really been a thing. But I think an update where LR's legendary power is allowed to be an 8th link for LRs, and then maybe they could fill in like an extra link for the LRs, and then some characters that have like 6. Like every character should have 7 links. Like, especially if they're gonna super easy these characters. Like, I get it that super easy. I mean, looking at this guy, I have no complaints whatsoever about what I've seen from this guy. But, you know, well, even though I'm complaining about his links, but regardless, blah, 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 blah. Like, you know, they feel the need. They think that just the passive is enough. They're not changing super attack effects, not giving a link or anything like that. But again, the performance we've seen from him, I mean, you guys, like, he looks good. All right, what do we got on this turn right here? All right. So we have a real turn where we're not going to be getting... Because if we've got him in the middle spot, you know, Gogeta's going to activate over in a flash and stuff like that. I could float Gotenks, though. I could easily... So we could transform you, as long as he doesn't change the int orb, which he didn't. So we could do this. Let's do that, sure. What is Gotenks at? 300k right there? Okay, let's hit this. Well, bam. I don't think it'll be... I think that this Gotenks will be a great slot 3 character. That might seem stupid to some people, but like a strong slot 3 character is not a problem. Like a lot of instances, Gogeta, what are you doing? Dodge. In a lot of instances, like in Super Saiyan 3 or in Gotenks, not when he's Super Saiyan 3, but like Gotenks, Kefla, like these characters, you know, floating them a lot is probably what you're going to want to do when they're kind of, you know, in like base or like Super Saiyan forms and stuff like that. Yeah, we'll probably make this the last turn. I mean, I feel like we've gotten a decent amount of footage here to show that TEQ Gotenks is looking pretty good. We were pretty handily getting the 11 key supers a lot of the time. Because it's just like on special pose, like Gotenks doesn't, he's not getting enough key from links most of the time to ruin his ability to get the 11 key super. So even though the Topo is around flooding it with support and Ginyu is flooding it with support, it's not enough to keep Gotenks from where we want him to be. And it would only, I think, be with Int Gotenks and Super Saiyan 3 where we would truly struggle to get the 11 key with TEQ Gotenks. But we'll see. We'll see. We could easily hop in, and it could be really tough. 21 right there. Okay. So, let me know what you guys think of Super EZA TEQ Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, but he looks pretty damn good to me. Alright guys, so here was our boy Super EZA TEQ Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Pretty good, man. He looked pretty damn good, but I do think that there is a chance maybe we just got super lucky. I don't think that that's necessarily like out of the realm of possibility right here. So we'll see once we start going into a lot of these fights and see how things are going to look for Super EZA TEQ Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks here. So this is Grim Reaper of Justice's Rampage, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Now remember, with Super EZA's, only his passive changes. So super attack effects, links, categories, all of that is the same, right? Like you still Super Ghost Kamikaze attack, charging Ultra Boo Boo Volleyball, Super Ghost Kamikaze attack. Like these are all going to remain the same. It's just going to be the passive that changes. So also another thing to remember with a character like Gotenks is that if he ever does an additional, it's always going to be this one. Because the additional from like the hidden potential system or built in or anything like that, it's always going to be the lowest key possible. It's always going to be the lowest key possible that they're going to get an additional with, right? So, again, he gets 30% attack and immense damage with the 9 or 10 key super. With the 11 key super, he gets 100% damage, 100% attack, and immense damage to the enemy. Remember, this 100% is, like, it's big. That's big time right there. And then the 12 key is only supreme damage and greatly lowers enemy defense. I mean, that's tough. I mean, yeah, they gave him a decent amount with 12 key. He does lose a lot at 12 key, but they gave him a decent amount. So his passive skill here, Furious Fighting Spirit, he gets 150% attack and defense at the start of turn. Then he gets 200% attack and 100% defense from performing a super attack, so we got the multiplicative buffs there. He gives super class allies 33% defense and extreme class allies 33% attack for 3 turns. This doesn't really have the biggest impact right now. I mean, for Super Battle Road stages, for Battlefield, I guess it would be pretty big. For Cell Max. But remember, like, you know, a lot of the tough fights right now are fights that are tough deep, like deep into the fight, right? Then he gets 100% attack and defense when key is 11 or less. He gets 50% attack and defense up to 150% with each super attack performed. He gets a 50% chance to crit and 50% damage reduction if key is 11 once all allies in the turn have gotten the key spheres. So, again, that'll work well with Beast Gohan, who always comes to mind, who he gets hit and he gives key support. So it's nice that they did it that way. So if you have Beast in slot 1, Gotenks in slot 3, Beast gets hit, you go up to 12 key, but it's when orbs were collected, so you still would have the damage reduction and stuff like that. Them doing that is pretty helpful. You know, we never know what, you know, maybe like a LR Gotenks would come out that has that similar ability that Beast has or something like that. Very possible, right? Then Gotenks has a high chance to dodge enemy attacks. And that's just high chance to dodge, just baseline. Even though it's down here at the bottom of his passive, he does just have the high chance to dodge start a turn. And then he gets the 33% chance to dodge when performing a super attack when key is 12. Now remember, this doesn't stack. So he would have a 50% chance to dodge, and then if that failed, you'd have the 33% chance to dodge, and then if that failed, you'd go to the hidden potential system chance to dodge, right? But definitely pretty solid from what we saw. So there we go. There is the Super EZA Gotenks. I guess we'll read his links off. Super Saiyan, Fuse Fighter, Over in a Flash, Limit Break in Form, Innocence, and Fierce Battle. I think Gotenks would actually probably be a lot worse if he had special pose, like the signature pose, special pose link. If he had that, he'd be in a little bit more trouble. Because if he had that, like all the topos and all those characters have that. But, I mean, the thing is Gotenks doesn't have key links with a lot of those special pose characters besides another Gotenks. So that really, really helps him out quite a bit. And then his leader skills, tech type, key 4, and 100% of stats. I guess that's usable for Battlefield. Yeah, he is probably a good Battlefield character, huh? Both of the Super EZA characters really are. And then finally, so remember, Gotenks, I mean, he doesn't have, like, category restrictions or anything like that. So when we just look at the sheer amount of categories this kid has, I mean, he's going to be a nice addition to a lot of these teams. So starting with the Fusion team. Now, understand that on, like, the Fusion team, we're probably going to be at 12 key every single time. But he would still be better than most of the roster, even at 12 key, right? Then there's also the Hybrid Saiyan category team Gotenks is on. Nice addition there. Gotenks is also on the Majin Buu Saga category team. We'll definitely take that. Gotenks is on the Super Saiyan 3 team. So we've gotten in here. No, it doesn't show if they're Super EZA'd in here. Okay, but he's on the Super Saiyan 3 category team. Both Super EZAs have been Super Saiyan 3. Gotenks is also on the Youth category team. Sure, we'll take that. Gotenks is on Final Trump Card as well. Strong category right there. Always getting a lot of good options. Then Gotenks is on Special Pose. I mean, that's going to be his best team. I mean, a lot of it has to do with Father Ginyu and the Holy Ginyu Force, who are just, like, so good. As time goes on more and more, I'm loving them. It's like, I feel like I was initially maybe a little disappointed in them, but seeing them in action and what they do, I'm loving them. Then Gotenks is on Rapid Growth. Anytime you get a Rapid Growth buff, that's great. This category is just so small. Then Gotenks is also on the... Oh, wow. He's on the Savior category team. Holy, this guy would make quite a difference in that Savior no item run, huh? Pretty good, pretty good. Then Gotenks is also on Connected Hope. That's obviously a team that, you know, since the 8th anniversary time, has just gotten so many crazy summonable LRs, right? Then Gotenks is also on the Gifted Warrior category team. Sure. Gotenks is also on Heavenly Events, another weak team. Always good to get options for Heavenly Events. Gotenks is also on... time limit, the time limit category team. We could run him next to the EGL Gotenks, but that would definitely keep him from getting his 11 key, right? Then there's also the Mastered Evolution category team. More additions to that category. Nice. Good, good. Gotenks is also on Entrusted Will. Another buff for Entrusted Will. Yeah, dude, he's on so many weak teams. This is great. He's also on the Fuse Fighter category team. That wouldn't be his best team, but, you know, he's still going to be handy there. Then Gotenks is on Power Beyond Super Saiyan as well. Yeah, he would be quite helpful for that Fusion Zamasu mission that we got a while back. And then finally, Gotenks is, of course, an Earthbred Fighter character. So there we go. There was super EZA TEQ Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, man. I like what we saw. I do. I thought he was actually pretty solid, man. This seems like a really good character. And when you consider it's a character who's been in a lot of our boxes for years and years and years, pretty good. So let me know what you guys think. I'll catch y'all next time.